Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Sandeep Walia, Head of the Department, University Institute of Tourism and Hospitality Management, Chandigarh University. Today, we are going to discuss the module Meaning and Concept of Aviation, Trends and Growth of Global and Indian Aviation Industry under the paper Aviation Industry, Ticketing and Frontier Formalities. After completing this module, the students will be able to understand the meaning and concept of aviation. They will be understand to differentiate between civil and military aviation. They will come to know about the global and Indian scenario of civil aviation industry, know about various initiatives taken by government investors and investments in Indian aviation, and will be aware about various opportunities and challenges among Indian aviation industry. Dear students, the aviation sector has witnessed precedent growth in the recent decades around the globe. The Indian aviation industry has also shown a remarkable upward growth from past few years. This fastest growing sector has also resulted in curbing unemployment, thereby generating ample amount of employment opportunities in the country. International Air Transport Association, the official trade association of airlines operating worldwide, has also acknowledged the potential of Indian aviation sector and projected a high growth trajectory of this sector in India. This module examines some of the basic and key concepts and components of aviation industry. These concepts lie on the core of meaning, components, understanding, global scenario and importance of aviation in tourism sector. Let us take on aviation first. Aviation may be defined as the art or science of flying of an aircraft. In practical terms, aviation may also be defined as the art of aeronautics that may include the design, development, production, operation and use of aircraft, especially heavier than air aircraft. It may also include the practical aspects of production and operations of aircrafts. Therefore, in simple terms, aviation refers to the operations involved in flying and use of aircraft, especially heavier than air aircrafts. The term aviation was derived from the Latin word avis, that means bird. Gabriel Lalande, who was a French writer and former Navy officer, firstly devised the word aviation in the year 1863 from the verb aver, which means flying. Aviation is further subdivided into two broader categories, namely military aviation and the civil aviation. Let us now discuss the difference between military and civil aviation. Military aviation. Military aviation may be defined as the activities carried out by the military personnel by using different military aircrafts and other flying machines for managing and facilitating aerial warfare in order to provide logical supply and support to the armed forces stationed at headquarters or along a front. It also includes national airlift in terms of cargo and civilians. Students, the military aviation traces its history back from the year 1794 during the Battle of Fleurus, when French Republic used balloons to monitor Austrian troop movements. The advancement in aviation has not only facilitated civil aviation, but it also helped military of any nation to help their army during wars and rescue operations during peace times. Let us now discuss about the civil aviation. Civil aviation may be defined as the aviation activities undertaken by various aviation companies or air carriers to facilitate civilians. Civil aviation, representing all non-military flying operations, is one among of the two major categories of flying. Civil aviation includes commercial as well as private aviation. International Civil Aviation Organization is the specified agency responsible for ensuring safe and orderly growth of air transport. Civil aviation is further subdivided into two broader categories for the better understanding, namely scheduled air transport and general aviation or non-scheduled air transport? Let us take on the scheduled air transport first. It may be defined as the routine air transport services or the operations that runs or operated in accordance with the scheduled timetable and approved routes. For example, Air India is operating a direct flight from Indira Gandhi International Airport, New Delhi to Swarnabhumi Airport, which is also known as Bangkok International Airport, twice a week on a scheduled time. All scheduled air transport operations are commercial in nature. Non-scheduled air transport. It may be defined as any of the commercial air transport operations accomplished other than the scheduled air transport operations except air cargo or air freight. We can also say that the establishments that are primarily engaged in providing airplane services like sightseeing, air taxi services and helicopter passenger transportation services are non-scheduled air transport services. Some of the common examples of non-scheduled air transport operations also include air ambulances, flying charter services and helicopter carriers. Dear students, let us now discuss about the global civil aviation industry. The global civil aviation industry has seen tremendous growth over the past few years. Recent statistics of International Civil Aviation Organization revealed that there was an increase of 6.0% over the last year and the total 3.7 billion passengers carried by scheduled aircraft services worldwide. In terms of number of departures worldwide, the figure rose up to approximately 35 million. Globally, around 2,000 airlines are operating with the help of 23,600 aircrafts, approximately providing scheduled aircraft flying services around 3,900 airports worldwide. The worldwide air travel has observed a growth averaged approximately 5% per year over the span of past 30 years. During the year 2016, approximately 31 million scheduled flight departures were observed and claimed to carry near about 3.6 billion passengers worldwide. The annual growth in the air travel operations remained twice to the annual growth in the gross domestic product and is expected to get double in the coming 10 to 15 years. The statistics also advocated that more than half of the tourists worldwide who used to travel across the international borders are transferred through air transport. With a growth percentage of 4.9% in the year 2016, North America remained the largest domestic market of the world, claiming almost 43% of the world domestic passengers traffic share. In the year 2016, the Asia Pacific region accounted for nearly 40% of the domestic scheduled passenger traffic with a growth of 10.0% because of the strong demand of India and China. Globally, airline industry is growing very rapidly, but a constant and healthy profitability is still missing. The recent International Air Transport Association statistics revealed that this industry has almost doubled from US $369 billion in 2004 to $746 billion in 2014 in terms of revenue over the past few decades. The substantial growth was witnessed by the low-cost carriers who used to control around 25% of global aviation sector and escalating with a speedy pace in emerging markets. The airline carriers have also shown the trends of growth in the developed markets. However, the profit share remained sheer low, around overall less than that of 3%. The main stakeholders of the value chain of commercial aviation sectors are jet engine makers, airports, aircraft manufacturers, travel agencies, travel agents, and service provider companies. Every player in the value chain earns a tidy profit. Airline companies, perhaps the most crucial link in this value chain that actually transfer passengers, turns a tidy profit, and sometimes they even struggle to make it break even. Remarkably, one of the enduring ironies of the aviation industry. This may be due to the complex nature of aviation business, revealed in part by the significant degree of regulations, and the weakness of airlines to the unfamiliar incidents that take place frequently, for example, security apprehensions, volcanic explosions, and communicable diseases. One another ongoing prominent factor is price pressure. Out of few industries, only the airline industry has witnessed the price fall for the decades. The average fare charged from the passenger per kilometer has dropped consistently since the year 1950. The limited profits which airline companies earns totally depends on revenue gains, whereas the limited profitability of airlines depends almost solely on revenue gains, while increased efficiency may be even increase profits. The approach of commercial individual airline companies towards frequent drifts playing worldwide will result in career performance in near future. Let us now discuss about the Indian aviation industry. Students, India holds the rank of ninth largest civil aviation market in the world. With a market size of around 16 billion US dollars, civil aviation industry of India is experiencing continuous high passenger growth from the last few decades. And if this trend continues for the coming years in terms of civil aviation market, India is anticipated to become the third largest market by the end of year 2020. And if continuing to grow with the same pace, by the end of year 2030, the Indian civil aviation market will become the largest civil aviation market in the world. Recent report of FICCI and Public Works Chambers claimed that this is probably a perfect time for the global private and foreign players to enter into civil aviation market and explore the potential of massive untapped market. The Indian aviation also feels that if spreading aviation business with a strong market growth rate combined with infrastructure development will greatly help the aviation sector to get back to its feet as the economy recovers. The statistics reveal that Indian civil aviation industry witnessed a growth of 17.62% in the year 2016 as compared to the previous year. In terms of numbers, in India, the total passenger traffic was recorded 223.6 million in the year 2016, which was around 190.1 million in the year 2015. In terms of passenger air traffic, a strong growth has been recorded in the new era, that is from 2006 to 2016, especially because of rising in individual incomes and low-cost aviation carriers. In India, the passenger air traffic grew at a compound annual growth rate of 11.8% during the decade 2006 to 2016. Indian civil aviation industry is escorted by a new age of development which is driven by numerous factors, including introduction of low-cost carriers, modernization and upgradation of airports, increased foreign direct investment in domestic airline carriers, advancement of information technology interfaces, and increasing importance on regional air connectivity within the country. Therefore, because of this, the aircraft manufacturers, travel and tourism companies, various airlines and several multinational companies are eyeing at India and focused on Indian aviation industry and the market. Let us now discuss about the market size of Indian civil aviation industry. Presently, more than 86 scheduled international airlines are operating from India, out of which only 5 are Indian carriers and rest 81 airline companies are foreign carriers. At present, India is having connectivity to 55 countries and operating flights across more than 300 routes worldwide. India stands among top 5 quickest growing markets worldwide in terms of civil aviation market size, with approximately 275 million passengers. A recent statistical report published by CRISIL Limited claims that the airline companies having their operations in and around India have recorded an operating profit of 8100 crore rupees, which is approximately 1.29 billion US dollars collectively in the financial year 2016. Indian domestic passenger traffic rose up to 23.14% during the span of January to August 2016. The number reported that 64.47 million passengers travelled during January 2016 to August 2016 as compared to 52.36 million passengers travelled during the same period in the year 2015. As per the report published by Center for Asia Pacific Aviation, the Indian domestic air passenger traffic is anticipated to cross 100 million passengers by the end of year 2017 as compared to 81 million passengers travelled in 2015. Let us now discuss about the recent investments in Indian aviation industry. The Indian aviation industry is expanding at a fast pace. In terms of air trips per capita per annum, it remains among one of the least penetrated air market. It holds 0.04 trips per capita per annum as compared to 0.03 trips in China and more than 2 trips in the United States of America. Therefore, the Indian aviation industry is apparently seeking investments totaling 15 billion US dollars during the year 2016 to 2020. Out of these 15 billion USD dollars, 10 billion USD dollars are anticipated to be invested from the private sector players or the foreign players. Indian aviation carriers are expected to have 800 aircraft carriers by the end of year 2020. The recent developments and key investments in India's aviation industry includes the following. Karnataka-based Equus Aerospace, which is an aircraft component manufacturer, has signed an agreement with Airbus SAS. In this agreement, the Airbus SAS will manufacture and provide over 1 lakh titanium machine parts to Equus Aerospace to develop and manufacture its A320neo aircraft. Tata Sons, through its fully owned subsidiary Tata Advanced Systems Limited, recently collaborated with American plane maker Boeing for a joint endeavor to manufacture Boeing AH-64 Apache helicopter at Hyderabad, initially in the first phase. Later, in longer term, both the companies collectively will work on integrated system development opportunities in India. As a part of its expansion drive, Go Air, that is the fifth biggest in terms of passenger carrier, has signed a memorandum of understanding with Airbus to procure 72 A320 new aircrafts carrier cost worth 7.7 billion US dollars. Lockheed Martin Corporation is planning to make India a manufacturing base for its F-16V fighter jets and C-130J Super Hercules military transport planes and helicopters. For increased cooperation for air travel in terms of extra seats, increased frequencies and airline codes sharing, the Ministry of Civil Aviation has signed MOU with Finland, Kazakhstan, Kenya, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Oman and Ethiopia during the International Civil Aviation negotiations which held in the year 2015 in Antalya, Turkey. Under the aegis of Make in India campaign, Boeing, that is the US-based global aircraft manufacturer company, is planning to invest in India. The investment will be in the area of establishing an assembling unit. In this unit, Boeing will assemble its heavy lift helicopter, namely Chinook and Apache, that is attack type helicopter in India. Leading European aircraft manufacturer Airbus is also setting up in New Delhi a training center for pilots and aircraft maintenance training and invested 40 million US dollars to make the same operational by the end of year 2017. Dear students, let us now discuss about future investment opportunities. The present expanding and untapped market of Indian aviation is offering diverse investment opportunities to the global investors. For the next 5 years, nearly 300 business jets, 250 helicopters and 300 small aircrafts are anticipated to be added in the fleet of Indian carriers. Due to the large expansion of aviation industry, the demand of maintenance, repair and overhaul unit facilities is also increasing in India, which creates a space for global investors to invest in aviation sector. Airport Authority of India intends to create and develop about 250 airports within the country, which will be ready for flying operations by the end of the year 2020. For the development of aviation sector in the Northeast region, Airport Authority of India is planning to create Guwahati as international inter-regional hub. It also intends to make Agartala, Imphal and Dibrugarh as intra-regional hubs. For the modernization and upgradation of airports, Airport Authority of India has planned to spend 3 billion US dollars on non-metro projects by the end of year 2020. Let us now discuss about prominent foreign or private investors. Some of the prominent foreign investors who have invested or shown interest in the Indian aviation sector includes USA-based companies. USA-based prominent companies includes Boeing International Corporation, Honeywell Aerospace, GE Aviation, Alcoa Fastening Systems Aerospace, France-based company named Airbus, Malaysia-based company named AirAsia, UK-based company named Rolls-Royce, Germany-based company named Frankfurt Airport Services Worldwide, Malaysia-based company named Malaysia Airports Holdings, South Africa-based company named Airports Company South Africa Global, Singapore-based company named Singapore Airlines, UAE-based company named Etihad Airways, London-based company named Fairfax. Dear students, let us now discuss about some of the governing aviation bodies in the country. Various governmental agencies are responsible for the safeguard and smooth aviation operations across the country. The agencies which governs the airline and aviation industry in India are Ministry of Civil Aviation, Government of India, Directorate General of Civil Aviation, Airports Economic Regulatory Authority of India, Air India Limited, Bureau of Civil Aviation Security, Airport Authority of India, Pawan Hans Limited. Let us now discuss about some of the government initiatives for the sector. Because of the expansion of tourism industry and rapid economic growth, the demand for air travel is growing faster day by day in the country. As per the projection of various government agencies, around 500 airports, both brownfield and greenfield, would be required in the country by the end of the year 2020. Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, in order to facilitate the air travel and encourage foreign and private players for participation and investment, has reframed its aviation policies. Major decisions regarding investment and development in the aviation sector in India undertaken recently by the Indian government are as follows. For greenfield airports, government allows 100% FDI as special provision by automatic route. An investment of up to 74% by foreign players is also accepted by direct approvals, whereas for investment up to 100%, special permissions can be granted. 100% tax exemption is approved for a span of 10 years for private investors if they wish to establish and develop new general airports from a distance of 150 km from the existing airports. For investments in domestic airlines through automatic route, around 49% foreign direct investment is allowed. However, foreign airline investors are not allowed for this. Non-resident Indians can be granted complete equity ownership, and for non-scheduled and cargo airlines, government allows foreign direct investment up to 74%. The Government of India is planning to set up 50 new airports in order to boost regional connectivity over the next 3 years and aimed at making at least 10 out of them functional by the end of the year 2017. The Ministry of Civil Aviation has finalized the new aviation policy and put forward the same for the approval of Union Cabinet. The new policy proposes to allow new airlines to fly abroad, new formula for granting bilateral flying rights, and introduction of more regional flights in the country. A memorandum of understanding has been signed between ISRO and AAI aimed at providing space technology for construction of airports. In order to boost the non-aeronautical revenues with the help of private players, the Airport Authority of India is planning to develop city-side infrastructure at 13 regional airports across India for car parkings, building of hotels and other facilities. Directorate General of Civil Aviation, which is the chief regulator of aviation operations in India, has signed an agreement with the United States Technical Development Agency for Indian Aviation Safety technical assistance in the area of operation, airworthiness and licensing. DGCA has also approved its MRO unit for the purpose of maintenance, repair and overhaul of aircrafts. Dear students, let us now discuss about the opportunities among Indian aviation industry. A phenomenal growth is forecasted and perceived for Indian aviation industry in the coming years. Therefore, the Government of India has planned to increase the functional airports to 250 by the year of 2020. Because of the largely untapped resources in India, there is a huge possibilities of expansion in the aviation sector. Country's majority population sees traveling through air in India as a luxurious affair. The introduction of low-cost carriers in Indian aviation market is providing this a myth. The Vision 2020 announced by the Civil Aviation Ministry conceives of building infrastructure to support 280 million customers. Indian aviation market has witnessed various large-scale collaborators, mergers and acquisition deals and thus emerged as a home to these mergers. For example, to name some of them are the Etihad Airways and Jet Airways, Tata Group and Singapore Airlines, Tata Group and AirAsia. The aviation industry in India is growing at a very fast pace globally with a growth rate of 18% annually. Flexible policies announced by Government of India have attracted many private and foreign players to invest in India. As the private partnership constitutes nearly 75%, India is slated to become a major stakeholder in the global aviation market. Boeing projects that the Indian civil aviation industry will need about 1,000 commercial jets in the next coming 20 years. Therefore, investment in the related areas like training, maintenance and repair will also have decent investment potential. The entry of low-cost carriers has greatly helped to reduce the cost of traveling through air. This welcome step of low-cost airline carriers has helped to attract consumers who can only dream to travel through air. Let us now discuss about the challenges among the Indian aviation industry. Increasing consumer expectations, people have significant improvements in their flying experiences from past few years. With the significant advancement in technology, the passengers have become more sensitive towards services. Customer satisfaction is challenging for air carriers and difficult to differentiate and compete. Growing pressure of reducing cost and improve operational efficiency. For smooth and efficient operations, airlines need huge and continued expansion. Most of the successful airlines have strictest cost controls except few exceptions. The maximum operational cost of air carriers comes from fuel expenses. Air carriers with sufficient funds are steadily updating their fleet to include more fuel-efficient aircrafts, as the aircrafts cost so expensive and they cannot be replaced overnight. This approach can only make sense if implemented thoughtfully, aligned with carrier companies' long-term plans to configure its network. This can also be done through the expansion over certain routes over the period of times. Improvements in organizational structure, working model and working practices can also help in reducing costs. The next one is the shifting airline landscape. The swift expansion of air traveling in developing markets such as Latin America, especially in Asian countries, has shifted the industry's center of gravity. Carriers such as Emirates, Etihad Airways and Qatar Airways that are Middle East based are taking a large share of profit from the European and the Asian countries' passenger traffic. The low-cost carriers, especially in developing countries, are experiencing just above average growth rates for the industry, particularly with the first-time flyers. However, the low-cost carriers are also facing rising customer expectations in the mature markets. Dear students, let us now summarize what we have discussed in this module. Indian aviation industry is yet to be properly explored, pertaining to enormous growth opportunities. India has a total of 464 airports or airstrips in the country. Out of these airports, Authority of India manages only 125 airports and civil enclaves, and only 90 airports are being used by various airlines for their operations. For the next 20 years, Indian aviation industry will open doors with ample of job opportunities in the aviation sector such as commercial pilots, cargo pilots, expert cabin crew, aviation trainers, aircraft engineers, air traffic controllers, maintenance workers, airport security staff, cargo agents, etc. World aircraft manufacturers are eyeing on India as huge potential market. Hence, they are persuading Indian companies purchase more aircrafts. Largest aircraft manufacturers Boeing and Airbus have predicted that over the span of next 20 years, Indian companies will buy more than 1600 aircrafts. Indigo, having the largest market share, have already ordered 250 aircrafts from Airbus for Indian market as a part of its expansion drive. SpiceJet, a low-cost airline, is also considering buying some 100 aircrafts in the near future. With these words, I sum up this module. Thank you.